Hello, everyone. Having technical difficulties over here. Sorry about that. I see they got some people in here already. Okay, yeah, I just finished watching. I was watching football, then I was trying to log into my computer, so I was having technical difficulties trying to get on the live. It's my first live stream, so I know I don't expect a lot of people to be in here, but I just wanted to talk to y'all today about narcissists and then setting boundaries. Make sure my thing is right. Oh, it's not right. Can you hear me now? Hey, how you doing, Coach Natisha? How you doing, Adrena? Good to see y'all. I'm sitting over here messing with this mic and stuff. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Like I said, I was watching a football game, the Saints game, and then I was trying to log into the computer and trying to figure out this live, my first live. So I figured I'd start doing some of these now. I want to talk to y'all basically about boundaries and why we should set boundaries. And I know usually I talk about boundaries at work, but it's not always about work. It's at home, relationships, things like that. So I want to make sure I cover all those topics. And this, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on, but I'll stay on for a little while. But just know when you're at work, and my thing is when you set a boundary, just make sure that you like I said it before, hold yourself accountable to those boundaries. I'm seeing a lot of people like online on social media. I've been watching. Hold on, let me click off of this. I've been watching things. Yeah, I see you conversation about the football. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of people on social media, and they saying they setting boundaries, which is good, but then they're like falling back on those boundaries, which is bad because we know, once you set a boundary, you can't just turn around. And then, you can't say, hey, don't call me past 9 or stop calling my phone or, you block them on one social media. But let's say you don't block them on another social media. So if you're going to do it one way, you should do it all the way, meaning block them on everything. It shouldn't just be, well, I block, him on Facebook or block her just on Facebook. Block them on Facebook. If you have Twitter, block them on Twitter because they'll try to get at you on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is, YouTube, whatever the thing is. So my thing is to try to block them on everything that you have. Obviously, go block the cell phone numbers. And then, be expected that, yeah, they're going to call from other numbers because that's just what they do. I mean, they're going to call. I know when I first went through a divorce, you're getting calls from different numbers and stuff, and you're not sure, if this them calling you or is it someone else calling you, if it's a bill collecting you. Like, my thing is, I just let them leave a message. Now they leave a message, and then I can turn around. I can hear the message. If they don't leave a message, I look at it like, okay, it wasn't that important. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that important to me. So yeah, that's my first thing. First advice: block them on everything. Cell phones, all your social media. You even have some of them. They'll try to. See, Adrena just said something about the female narc who knew international number last week to harass and stalk me. I reported her to WhatsApp. That's good. That's good. And see, that's something else. See, a lot of times we don't go that one step further, like what Adrena's saying. We don't report them. You don't report them. So it's like, you do it. You know what they're doing. They're doing things, but you don't. You got to take that step further. You can report them. Like she said, either to WhatsApp or if it's Google. Sometimes you got to call the police. You know how it goes. Oh, I don't want to mess up their career. Their career? All right. Really? When you worried about their career when they're not worried about you at all? So my thing with that is, no, I'm going to report you to the authorities. I got to put paperwork on you. I call it killing them with an ink pen. I can kill you with an ink pen quicker than you can kill me with a bullet, meaning I can put all this paperwork on you, whether it's restraining orders, the police getting called every time you show up because I already got a restraining order. Every time you call my phone, I'm going to log it down. That goes back to, documenting everything. So I'm documenting every time you call. Recording, you got some apps where you can record the phone calls. So I'm doing all that. That's all part of me blocking you out of my life, however I want to do it. So if I'm going to block you, like I said, I'm going to block you on everything. and I mean everything. So not just some stuff, but everything. So the next thing I want to bring up when you setting your boundaries, boundaries are crucial. They really are. It's good to set them. I recommend having a few boundaries, and the reason why I said a few, it shouldn't be just one boundary that you set. It should be a few of them. And the reason why I say that, because you set just one boundary, and let's say it's to stop calling me. Well, you're leaving them access to get to you from other ways, whether it's through snail mail, whether it's through email, whether it's through these different things. So we you have to figure out a way to do it on, like I said, on different fronts. So I love setting boundaries. I set boundaries, with kids. I mean, you have to, because you say, hey, I'm gonna go. Like me, I watched a football game today. Shannon and the kids didn't bother me. Like Shannon came down and watched the game for a little while, but you set it so that way the things are in place, so that way you got your me time. So even at home, you can still set small boundaries. Nothing crazy, but small boundaries, with people. But when you're dealing with narcissists, your boundaries are going to have to be a little bit bigger. They're going to have to be a little bit more defined. And those boundaries, when you set them, you're going to have people say, hey, you know what? This is what needs to happen, for me to be able to work in this situation. Or at home, you're dealing with a narcissist husband, or exactly, like Adrena said, firm boundaries. You have to set them all the time. So, yes, I definitely agree with that. But, like I said, a lot of people, what I'm noticing, and the reason why I want to make this video, like I say, online, it's weird that they talking about setting boundaries, which is good. But when they set them, how you don't hold yourself accountable? When you set the boundary, you got to hold yourself accountable. It's like saying I want to get up at 8 a.m. because I got an appointment at 9. Well, if I don't hold myself accountable, set the alarm clock, and then get up at 8, I'm probably going to be late for that appointment at 9. It's the same with dealing with narcissists. Y'all know that we're dealing with narcissists, but we're dealing with people that they not in their right mind. I don't care what anybody say. No, I don't have a PhD in narcissism or whatever, but I know enough to know that, I've been reading enough to know that these people that we have in our little circle, I'm gonna talk about circles in a little while, but we have in our little inner circle, they're not always the best people. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, how you doing, Regina? Welcome. So when you're dealing with these people that's narcissists, you have to have, like they said, firm boundaries. I don't understand why they're so hard to understand. And you can talk to different people. You got different boundaries you can set. But please, if you don't remember nothing else I said on this video, remember that to have your sanity, I have to set boundaries. I have to step up to the plate, hold myself accountable. It has to, like they said, they have to be reasonable boundaries. So all these boundaries that you set, and you dealing with this narcissist and remember, the narcissist doesn't care anything about you. When I say anything, they don't care anything about you. Usually they're using you to get something out of you. Whether it's, I'm going to go ahead and say, whether it's sex, if you're a husband and wife, it could be sex. It could be money. Some of them use you for your credit. Some of them use you for your car. Some of them use you because, guess what? I've been doing a lot of reading. A lot of narcissists that's real narcissists, they usually have no place to stay. So they use you for a place to stay. And I'm talking about whether they're a man or woman. It just depends. So you got to look at how you doing, Lisa Monet, I think that's how you said how you doing. So, yeah, exactly. Finances, assets. So they're going to use you for all these things. Again, this is where we set boundaries at. So should we have separate bank accounts? If you're dealing with a narcissist, yes. If you're dealing with somebody like you really love and you can trust, no, you don't have to do that. But with a narcissist, I'm telling you, you might want to have a separate savings account, checking account, things like that. Because you go put your money in their bank account, I'm going to tell you what happened to me one time. I got burnt. Put the money in the account, and what happened was, guess what? Most of the money came up missing. And it was the narcissist taking all the money before I realized I'm down and out a few $1,000s out of the bank account. What can I do? You're married at the time, going through a divorce, not thinking. I know now, different things, but you have to know that, hey, narcissists, they don't care anything about you. They do not care. It's sad that they don't care, but they really don't care. So you got to remember that. Moving right along. When it comes to boundaries also, what I want you to remember with boundaries is when you set a boundary, remember when you set it, and then you then held yourself accountable. Now, when they break that boundary, remember it's a step to it, it's a process to it. When they break that boundary, you have to also realize, okay, I gotta hold them accountable. Now you didn't hold yourself accountable by setting a boundary and saying you can hold yourself accountable. But once they break it, now you gotta be man enough or woman enough to say, hey, look, remember I told you about, because I'll tell you a quick story. I had a cousin, I had a stepdad. Let me tell y'all real quick. I got a stepdad that I basically set up a boundary back in April this year, and he broke it. So I told him, once, because what it was a lot of cursing, a lot of down talking, and I was like, man, look, I'm a grown man. There's no need for that. I listen to people. What you got to say, all that hollering and cursing. And what I didn't realize was I've been dealing with this since I was a kid and got used to it. So once I set that boundary, the narcissist couldn't deal with it. So he was like, basically he told me F you. I'm not going to curse on here because, I don't do that. But he basically said F you, but before he can finish, I hung up on him. I haven't spoken to that man since April. Haven't spoken to him. Don't plan on speaking to him. I would not speak to him ever again. And it don't matter if he apologized or whatever, but that's a boundary that I set. And I said it a few times, but like I said, I got to hold myself accountable. And then also when he broke that, I had to say, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. So even that was a family member. So no, that has nothing to do with work. And this is a guy that, helped raise me, but I can tell stories about not knowing about the narcissist back then, but knowing what I know now, it's like, you know what? Hey, this is not good, So so I had to take that and learn from it. And I got to hold myself accountable after I didn't set that boundary. Like I said, I set that boundary back in April. We're in December. I haven't talked to that man since December. First time in my life, but hey, I'm a grown man. So the boundary is set. So it is what it is. I blocked him from my phone. Like I'm telling y'all, I blocked him from my phone. I didn't have social media up until about 5 months ago. The only thing I had was LinkedIn. Obviously, y'all know I wasn't doing YouTube, any of that stuff. So if he was to come on here, I would have to block him. Or if he come on my social media try to send me a thing, I'm going to deny it. I got to hold myself accountable. And it's something I got to do. That's what I'm telling y'all have to do also. You have to set that boundary and you have to honor it. You have to hold yourself accountable. And then you got to tell that person, hey, you can't, you can't just go across my boundary, whatever that boundary is. Boundaries are always good to set in anything you're doing. Anything. Whether it's a relationship, family, work, doing stuff for yourself, always have those boundaries to fall back on. And a good thing that I do, I'll tell you a good thing that I do, I write some of these things down because I forget a lot of things. So I write the boundaries down with the people that I set them with. So now I got something to fall back on. Wait, I told them not to curse at me or not to talk to me crazy. So like I said with that stepdad, which I don't even call him stepdad anymore. He's just, I call him, matter of fact, in my cell phone. It's kind of funny. Shannon always laughs at it, but it says angry man. So if you ever call my phone, which is blocked, it got angry man. You know what I'm saying? That's a way for me to know if that thing flashes and say angry man, I know I don't want to talk to him. So that's just my little pet peeve on that. And then I have, I guess you can call it a box that I have. I put you in that box. Guess what? I'm not talking. If I say I'm not doing nothing with you ever again in life, and I'll place you in that box, it's my little box. Well, guess what? That's what it's going to be. But that's holding myself accountable with these narcissist people. And growing up, obviously, I didn't know what a narcissist was. Just like many of y'all, I didn't know what a narcissist was. Never knew what it was about. I always thought a narcissist was basically somebody that look in the mirror a lot. But it's through trials and tribulation and going back, going to counseling and unlocking some of these things that I've learned that narcissists are not just people that look in the mirror. No, it's way more to it than that. So that's when I learned about boundaries. That's when I learned about different things like that. Oh, see, I see Adrena say she didn't found about narcissism back June 2020. Hey, trust me, you can be an adult and been living with this 30, 40 years. I'm 42 years old and just learned about a lot of this stuff in the last few years. So that tells you that, because I didn't know. And I can say, I'm not going to call myself dumb. That's not what I'm going to say. But, I just didn't know. I never looked up narcissism and really dug into it to see what actually is a narcissist. What do they do? What boundaries I need to set with a narcissist, or what's a flying monkey and all. I'm learning so many terms. I'm like, you need like a PhD, like we talk about in Tonya thing. We always talk about, you need like a PhD to be able to know a lot of these things about narcissists. So learn about the flying monkeys, learn about gaslighting. Man, it's a lot. It really is. It really is. Let me see if I can do this right quick. Let's see. Hold on. I would try to. But yeah, it's a lot to learn, and okay, I just pinned it. Okay, I just pinned it to the top. Okay, yeah, it's a lot to learn. So and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still reading books, and I tell y'all, I don't have that book. Oh no, I do have this book. I want to show y'all this book. Me and Shannon talk about this a lot. It's called Spiritual Warfare. I know y'all know we're not dealing with. We see the flesh. That's not what we're dealing with. We know that. But I'm telling y'all, this book right here, I don't know if it's coming in backwards or it's called Deliverance and Spiritual Warfare. It's by John Elkhart. This is a very good book. This almost like a Bible type book. He breaks down. He has a lot of Bible verses in here, and he breaks down a lot of things that tells you, dealing with narcissists and dealing with evil spirits, things that you should do, and things you need to repent for, and things you need to basically bind up and throw it out. Like you need to call it out, whatever it is. So if it's a narcissist you're dealing with, whatever demon you realize what it is, you need to call it out and throw it out. So call it out and throw it out. I'm gonna make a video about that. It sounds good, but yeah. Let me see. She says, Liz, I'm just reading. Narc needs people to agree with them. They think they always right and will gaslight anyone in their sight to manipulate them. That's exactly right. They will gaslight anybody. And when I say anybody, they will gaslight anybody. I mean, and those flying monkeys, they are real. I mean, that's the best name for them. It sounds funny to me, but yes, that's what they call flying monkeys. Those flying monkeys are almost, to me, and I might be wrong, they almost as worse as the narcissists themselves, because they do even more of the bidding than the narcissists do. So, like I said, when you set up these boundaries, you got to make sure you set up boundaries not just for the narcissists. You got to set them up for the doggone flying monkeys too, because they coming. Once you and that narcissist go through a divorce or breakup or whatever happens, these flying monkeys are coming. And yes, they in work. Yes, they in the family. They could be your aunt that she's the main narcissist. Guess what? Her sisters and her kids, her children, however you want to say it, are going to come in exactly like Coach Natisha said. They're going to play the victim. Narcissists love playing the victim. So what they do is like in a football game or a basketball game. They hit you, and then you go hit them back. They play the victim. But guess what? They hit you first. But the referee don't ever see it. So it's the same with the narcissist. So they going to start the mess. They go jump out of it, and then they're going to play victim. So when you go off, you go off and you have your reaction. Now you the one that look crazy. So you looking crazy. But that falls back to boundaries. Let somebody push your buttons and get you out of character. And I know it's hard. Trust me. I'm a man, black man. It's hard dealing with certain issues, even as a woman, black woman, white woman, whatever the case is. It's hard dealing with these things when somebody push your button. And I mean, they push it. They can call you out your name. They do different things, and they know what they're doing. That's what's crazy about it. You see, I know y'all always hear about the evil smirk. It's that evil smirk, and you like, oh, like what? You just call me out my name, and then you go smirk at me. That just pointing a finger at me or things like that, calling out my name. But again, that's why I try to set boundaries for myself too. Now let me break that down. What I mean is, I won't let you get me to a point where you go see me angry, or actually, if you want to call it pissed off or whatever. No, I'm not going to give you that, because that's what they want. They feeding off their energy. So why would I give? I know that's what you want, so I'm not going to give you that. So I try to stay as calm and cool, collective as I can. So what I do, this is what I do, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard this before. I know one thing that pisses off narcissists more than anything. I just sit back and smile. Oh, I laugh. They can be serious. I mean, really serious about whatever they're talking about. I laugh, because what happens is they're getting mad, but that helps me. Hey, how you doing, Narcissist Info? Welcome, brother. That helps me out, because now I'm staying content. I'm staying calm. I'm happy about it, but they are mad because I'm smiling. Ain't that weird? But when I'm mad, they got a smirk on their face. So I just use reverse on it. I guess you call it reverse psychology. So I just make sure I stay calm, collective. And me and Shannon got a thing, like whenever we out, one of us always go stay calm. You have to. One of us going to stay calm, and the reason being is because when you have another person that's egging, one of y'all, sometimes you have to tell somebody off. I ain't saying you got to curse them out or anything, but you have to tell somebody off and put them in their place. You can't just let people run over you. That's another boundary you can set. Hey, I'm not gonna let people run over me. That's a boundary for myself, is what I'm saying. So by me knowing that, I can't just sit there and just let you talk crazy to me, disrespect my wife. No, we're not playing them games. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna nip that in the bud. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I got to tell you, and then I'm gonna move on. But then Shannon is there to make sure I don't go too out of character. Remember, I set my own boundary. God's still working on me. I ain't say I 100% foolproof where I can just stop that. So I try my best to stay within character and move on, because I mean, what else you gonna do? Yes, exactly. Coach Natisha said, narcs hate when you kill them with kindness. Exactly. When you kill them with kindness, it's crazy. When you kill them with kindness and you just being nice as nice can be, it's another boundary you set. Just make sure, hey, you know what, no matter what goes on, you can wake up in the morning and say a prayer. No matter what happened, today, God, I just want to say, stay in my right mind. Be kind to everyone, even though they're evil to me or mean to me. And you just stick with that throughout the day. However you're dealing with these people, just make sure you stand as kind as you can be. So that's a boundary you set on yourself. Like I said, to me, when I get boundaries, it goes two different ways. You can set boundaries for others, and like I said, you also have to set a boundaries for yourself, because you can't let yourself fall out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? So the boundary thing is tricky, but I'm telling you, the more and more you set boundaries, and like I said in the chat earlier, the boundaries have to be like spot on. They got to be reasonable, but they got to be spot on. It can't just be no open wide boundary. It got to be something that's definitive and saying, hey, don't curse at me, don't talk to me crazy, whatever. And then once you're dealing with a narcissist, that's the thing. Once you learn that you are dealing with a narcissist, that's when you got a decision to make. Because you can make a decision to stay. And we've done that. We all done it. I'll tell you, I've done that, where I'm dealing with the narcissist ex-wife, dealing with it like, oh, I'm going to try to work this out. Yeah, men do it too, sitting there trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to work this out. I'm going to try to figure out how I can work this out. Nah, that's not what you should do. Once you realize this is a narcissist, a demon, pray for him, let go, and let God. In that order. Pray for him, let go, and let God. Because what's going to happen is, if you stay with him any longer, that's when you're going to be the one, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be, just physically drained. You're going to be mentally drained. So a lot of things are going to happen that you're going to wish you didn't have to go through. And guess what? You didn't have to go through. That's the crazy thing. You did not have to go through some of these things. Yeah, see, Adrena just said, yeah, exactly. Men sure do try to make things work with them. It works both ways. Yes, it goes both ways. So we sitting there trying to work things out. You can't be 50-50 in a marriage and try to work something out, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist or dealing with anybody, but we talking about narcissists, so you can't be 50-50. So again, that's when you got to set a boundary in yourself. Look, I'm not going to let this person ruin my life. And I just said a while ago, I'm not going to let this person ruin my credit. I'm not going to let this person just ruin me to where I don't even recognize myself. And trust me, it gets like that to where you don't know what's going on. So I'll tell you, it's not funny, but looking back on it now, it is. The narcissist had me so bad that I went into the grocery store, this years back, in the early 2000s, years back. I went to the grocery store with my night clothes on. Anybody that knows me know I never leave the house like looking crazy or just dressed crazy or anything. I was in the grocery store with my night clothes on. And what's crazy is my supervisor at the time, having to walk in the store, he was like, man, what the hell wrong with you? He looked at me, had a white t-shirt on, some night clothes on, and some slippers. He said, man, what the hell wrong with you? So I'm like, but I didn't know. Like I said, back then in the early 2000s, I didn't know what a narcissist was. I didn't know what I was dealing with. Looking back now, I know a lot. I know exactly what she was doing. She had me, driving me crazy and, doing different things, gaslighting me, like say she said something but then turn around. She didn't actually say that, things like that. So, yeah, the narcissist will have you out there in your doggone night clothes. Let me tell you, that's real. Have you out there with your night clothes on looking crazy. I know some of y'all women, I see some of y'all out there, I don't even think some of them dealing with narcissists, but, they be out there with their night clothes on. Maybe they are dealing with narcissists. I don't know. But they be in Walmart walking around with their night clothes on. It always make me think, man, I remember when I was with old girl, I was with my night clothes on. Maybe they're dealing with a narcissist. I don't know. But I'm telling you, narcissists, it's like I said, it's sad. It's sad that they do things like that. And the reason why is because they basically take everything they can from you. So they took you out of character. People that know you will tend to look at you funny or look at you weird, like, man, Solomon, you just don't act like that. But again, I didn't have no boundary set. So being I didn't have no boundary set, that messes up everything. So not having a boundary set messes up everything. So moving through life now, I know I have to set boundaries. I have to set boundaries with relationships. whether it's with kids. Me and Shannon have to set boundaries on each other. I have to set boundaries, at work. Luckily, I got my own business, so I'm trying, make that grow. So technically, no, I'm not working for nobody, but I can tell you my last job, again, me and Shannon didn't realize until later on, my supervisor was a doggone narcissist. And what's crazy about that, she was, we didn't catch it at first because the way she did things, I never really seen it. She worked up in Canada. I work right here in Houston. I fly around the country doing safety stuff. But she wanted to play like a mother figure. I'm like, lady, I already have a mom. I don't need you to play as my mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. But that's me not setting a boundary. I had set boundaries with her, but I didn't set that boundary. Like the boundary I set with her, it was kind of like, don't call me on the weekends. I had to set that. We off on every weekend. Why lady don't call me on the weekend, even though I'm with safety? I told her, I said, man, if it's not an emergency or somebody got hurt or something that I need to fly out and go see about, don't be calling me and email me on the weekend on something I can handle on Monday. So I had to set that boundary with her. Yes, I did. I set the boundary with the director of safety. I sure did. And I told her that. But the other boundaries, I didn't know I had to set them. Like her thinking she can just come talk to me, whenever about anything as my mom. So then I had to turn around, set that boundary. I'm like, man, what is going on with people? I mean, why do people act like they're older than me? You think she'd be wiser than me? That's not always the case. Because you're older than me, you're wiser. So again, I had to set that second boundary with her. I told her, man, look, because what it was in Atlanta doing a training, and I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually at 6 o'clock, I don't know, like some of y'all, I either listen to my gospel music or I'm praying. So I'm downstairs in the lobby of the hotel. I'm sitting there. I'm listening to my gospel music. I'm sitting there chilling. She come walk up to me, and you got your headphones in, and somebody talking to you. You're like, wait, what? Ain't hear nothing she said at first. So I said, what? So she was like, she said, Simon, I just want to talk to you. I see you you've been kind of distant. Anybody know me? I'm not a breakfast person. I don't get up at 6 o'clock to eat breakfast. I eat probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I eat something. I just don't do breakfast. Give me some juice and I'm good. So she walked over there, sitting on the sofa. She said, I want to make sure everything right. So the first question out this lady mouth. Now remember, I don't know this lady from Hole in the Wall. She's my supervisor. I really don't know her. She said, is there something going on at home with you and your wife? I'm like, I said, wait, what? I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, I see you kind of distant. I say, so you telling me, and this is my exact word. I say, so you telling me that because I'm not eating breakfast with y'all right now and talking about work? That's another thing. I like talking about work 24/7. So since I'm sitting there not eating with y'all and talking about work, now something going on with my marriage, how you put them two together? That don't even go together. So it's like she digging and fishing for information. So I said, no, me and my wife perfectly fine. I say, what they got to do with, what you talking about? I said, well, you seem, did she say it again? Say, you seem kind of distant. And, I just feel that, maybe something's wrong. You don't seem happy. I say, again, I don't seem happy because I'm not eating breakfast with y'all. I said, I'm not a breakfast person. I said, I'm listening to my music. I said, you're interrupting my time. I said, we don't clock in to go to work till we drive off in that van and go to the training. I said, that's when my work actually begins. So that's not till 7:30, 8 o'clock. I say, so I got 30 more minutes to sit here. So again, you have to set these doggone boundaries. I don't care who it is. Like I say, she was director of safety. But at that point, I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was setting a boundary because you're not going to disrespect me and say, hey, what you have going on at home? That ain't none of your business anyway. I don't tell you my business. Mama tell you how God works, though. So after that, you think that was the end of it, right? That's the same day. So she goes back over there, sits down with those people. Don't you think she came right back over there to me and said, well, Solomon, I got to take my headphones out again. I say, yes. So I just want to make sure nothing wrong going on at home. I say, lady. I ain't calling her name. I say, lady. I say, look here. I say, you interrupted my peace. So I just told you, I say, nothing wrong with me and my house. But it had me thinking, maybe something going on at her house. I ain't say that, but I'm thinking, like, maybe something going on with her. I'm like, look, I'm good. Go over there, eat y'all breakfast, talk about work, do what y'all want to do. But again, boundaries, just make sure, y'all setting boundaries. I don't care if it's your supervisor, it's your husband, your wife, whoever it is, trust me. You have to set these boundaries with people because if not, they think they can do anything, say anything, talk about anything around you. And it shouldn't be that way. So you can't do that. So, hold on, let me see something. Just looking in the chat right quick. Okay. Yeah, so you can't go through life without setting boundaries. And we probably been setting some of them, as coming up as kids. I'm pretty sure we had set some boundaries, but never really knew, you know what I'm saying? That's what we was doing. But now I don't do anything, just about, almost anything without setting some type of boundary. And that's with anything because I realize, and I know enough now, whether they're narcissists or not, these boundaries have to be set. And when you find out they're narcissists, you're going to be even happier that you already set these boundaries. That way you ain't got to deal with a lot of the bull crap, that the narcissists try to do. So I want to change topic just a little and talk about smear campaign. Now, I know some of y'all done been through that. Y'all done heard about it. Smear campaign and dealing with a narcissist, it sucks. They try to put your name out there. They tell the worst ones are the ones that go to your family. Listen to me good. They go to your family and try to talk about you. Now, how they even? Now, don't get me wrong. You got some family members actually believe this narcissist that they that good. Come on, man. That's my family. How you gonna come to my family and talk about me? You know what I'm saying? But that's a telltale sign that something probably wrong with that person. They always going to your family, telling them bad things about you. That's not good. Smear campaigns and boundaries and all that should be a boundary that you set, guess what, with your family. You tell them, hey, you know what? Hey, if they go over there and tell you something about me, I want you to tell them, look, I ain't talking about that. That's my cousin or that's my brother or whoever that is. You set that boundary with them and go ahead and keep it moving. But like I said, a lot of people, they'll set these have these smear campaigns, and then the smear campaign is it's another way to hurt you. So if they can get a couple of family members to turn against you, or they can get a couple of friends to turn against you. And I'll tell you another. I keep bringing up stories. I guess I got a lot of stories to tell. I'll tell you, my ex, what she had did. That's what she tried to do. She went to my dad. Now, mind you, I wasn't talking to my dad back then, but she went to my dad, my biological dad, called him and tried to turn him against me. And when he called me on the phone, like I said, we hadn't talked in years. Not really. We talked off and on, but never really had that close relationship. Not like we have now. We have a good relationship now, but she called him. I had to put him in his place. I had to set a boundary with him. I like, Dad, I said, look, man, look here. I said, you don't know this woman. You don't know what I'm going through in this house. So don't ever call me and question me about my marriage, and you don't know what's going on. So I had to set a boundary. That was a boundary I had to set with him. And you got to do that. Like I say, even if it's the dad, whoever it is, you have to set these boundaries with these people. So I had to set that. And he honored that boundary. He never talked about her again. He never called me and talked about her again. But like I said, this was years back. But again, when they try to do that smear campaign, your friends, it'll let you know who your real friends are. So when your friends come at you, set boundaries off top. Yeah, exactly, Coach Natisha. Yeah, she said set boundaries off top. That's exactly true. When your friends come at you, or they're not really being friendly no more, and you find out they've been talking to the narcissist, go ahead, cut them off. I don't care if y'all been friends for 30 years. Bye. Bye. Get out of here. Guess what? That's one less person for y'all that celebrate Christmas and all that. I don't celebrate Christmas, but for y'all that celebrate holiday, that's one less person you got to buy a gift for. You ain't got to celebrate their dog on birthday. You don't have to call them all during the night, hearing their problems and stuff like that. Or like say, take their phone calls when they calling you about problems. One less person, think about it that way. That's one less person I got to worry about. And I know it, they wasn't really a true friend anyway because you went with the narcissist. And guess what? When the narcissist screwed them over, guess who's going to come running back trying to talk to you then? It's going to be that friend. Well, we're not friends anymore. We're not. We fell out when you went being friends with the narcissist that I tried to tell you about, but you didn't want to listen. So again, set your boundaries, honor your boundaries, hold yourself accountable, hold the people accountable. And when the narcs come and trying to do the smear campaign, hey, just get ready for it because it's coming. I can tell you that it's going to come. The smear campaign is like, it goes hand in hand with what the narcissist is trying to do to ruin your image. Like I said, they're going to do a lot of things. Yeah, I had them try to ruin my credit. Took a while to build it back, but just know there's no need in going and getting in a fist fight with them or trying to hurt them. Just know these things are material. You talk to God, you can get all these things back and get them back better than what they were. Guess what? My credit wasn't as good when the narcissist tried to mess it up in the first place anyway. Look at my credit now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that. They try to take the money out of my bank account. Well, guess what? God bless them with this over here. So you got to look at these things a little bit different and know that you're not the first one to go through it. You can actually read these things in books. You can watch YouTube videos and you learn about these things so you just won't be out. Because the minute you realize that, I'm dealing with a narcissist, or maybe something off by this person, you're not sure if they're a narcissist, I would go on here and start making moves. If I hadn't set boundaries, I'm going to set boundaries already. But like Natisha, I need to set boundaries off top. But I'm going to try to set boundaries then. I've been talking to one of my friends from high school. I hadn't talked to her since 96 when I graduated. But just setting boundaries and things like that. Boundaries are cool. It's cool to set boundaries. I don't care if you've been married for 20 years. Guess what? Something changes and you want to set a boundary. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a conversation. Look here. I need to have me a little me time. I need to have 2 to 3 hours. Like summer late. I need to go get my nails done or get out the house. Pedicure, things like that. Especially with COVID going on, everything locked up in the house. Everybody stuck in the house. That's a boundary you can set. Look, I can't work and clean up and do all this stuff every day. I need to get out. Take me 2 to 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? You can watch your kids for that time. And that's what I need to do. But, dealing with a narcissist, hey, they don't want you to have no me time. They want you to be up under them doing whatever they want you to do. That's classic narc. What you want? That's who you married to. What do you want to get out of the situation? That's what boggled my mind. And it boggled my mind when I did it. What was I trying to obtain out of the situation, realizing I was dealing with a crazy person? I don't know what you want me to say about that. You realize this person is a narcissist, and you didn't set boundaries, and they're not gonna honor these boundaries. They not. I'm telling you to set boundaries with regular folk. Yeah, you need to set them with narcissists too. But what I'm saying is, what are you gonna do? Once the narcissist calls your bluff on these boundaries. So exactly. Yeah. Like she said, like Coach said, you gotta take time out for yourself. That's what anybody. Like I said, you gotta take time out for yourself. So moving along, I'm coming down to the end. I don't have a lot more to talk about. I just wanted to make sure, on this Christmas Day, talk about boundaries a little bit. It's light. Let me turn this light. It's a little hot. Talk about boundaries a little bit and get everybody on the same page. We come into the new year. People then came through the holiday. Narcissists probably went and bought some presents for y'all and trying to show y'all they love y'all. And New Year's coming around, they go on out a New Year's resolution with you and toast and champagne and all that. That's all fine and dandy. I want you to remember this video and other videos like it. This narcissist is still a narcissist. Just because he bought you doggone a new car, or this idiot went and bought you a new house. I'm saying he could be he or she. Went bought you a new Rolex, whatever the case is for Christmas. Don't let them trick you. You know what I'm saying? Because now you didn't already set these boundaries. Now they coming in with this love bomb and coming in there with new things, and now you sitting there like, oh, they love me. They bought me a brand new BMW. He loves me. You think he really just changed over the last 6 years? He been abusing you or cursing you out or talking to you about your family? And nah, that's not how they go. But a lot of people will get fooled by that. It takes a present. Some of y'all, it takes I love you, and now you happy-go-lucky. I don't understand how that even works when you think about it. How can somebody be in an abusive relationship? And when I say abuse, it could be physical, mental. When I say abuse, I'm covering all of them. It could be any one of them. But how you can be in that and then, you realize, okay, you done made a decision. You know what? I'm about to get a divorce in January. I'm just saying something, I'm about to get a divorce in January. Christmas come along, he buy you a new car. You know what? Well, he love him. I'm going to go ahead and stay. What they do that? So the BMW takes away all the years of abuse and that new car just, I guess we started a whole new slate. And then some of y'all will say, oh, he changed. I even said some things like that in the past, like, dealing with it. And I was like, oh, they bought me this. Oh, maybe they go change. No, that's not how they work. No, just because they buy you something, that don't mean they change. No. That don't mean they change. They don't. That's not how it works. So just realize that, hey, yeah, they said PS5. Yeah, that PS5, so they bought you this new game system. Now you think, hey, oh, they love me. Come on now. You can't do that. Thank you, Miss Virginia. That's what I'm on LinkedIn a lot. Yeah, hey, we're just trying to educate. We try to educate ourselves. So yeah, you can't take that gift. And I'm saying BMW. Some of y'all know it'd be like a little pair of diamond earrings, be $100 because K have it on sale. I know I used to buy them way back in the day when they'd be on sale around the holidays. That changes your whole perspective on the narcissist. Now, oh girl, he bought me some diamond earrings. He loved me. No, that's not. No, that's not how that works. No, just because he bought you the earrings or she bought you, a nice watch, they still a narcissist. They just trying to use something to get over on you. So don't get it twisted with the gift replaces the things they did. So it's like the gift replaces the guilt. Nah, that's not how it works. You can't do that. You can't really sit there and think that this $99 pair of earrings is going to replace the last 2-3 years of my life while I went through all this stuff with you. No, that's not how it works. Hey, how you doing, Gail? Thank you for joining. Yeah, that's not how that works. So you can't do that. You can't do that. So I want y'all to realize that when they come in there, they're trying to love bomb you and buy gifts and do things. Just keep it in the back of your mind. 3 months ago, you're trying to kill me, or you're trying to choke me, or you're doing a smear campaign, saying things about me because I said I wanted to leave. Just remember that. And you know what? What I want you to do, give them the gift back. Go ahead, give it back. I don't care if it's a new car. Go ahead, give it back to them. It's better for you to go buy your own car, your own earrings, your own purse, or whatever the case is, your own watch. If you're a guy, chain, whatever it is, it's better for you to go buy this stuff yourself. Because another thing that narcissists go hold over your head saying, hey, you know what? I just bought you a car. Or I just bought you that. I thought we was, it's another way for them to entrap you for another. It might get them another 4 or 5 months, because you on the high that you got this new car. Don't do it. I'm telling you, do not do it because it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not worth you. And then that decision, I'm getting, twisted, but that decision can cause you the loss of your life. And that's not what we want. Just because they bought that car, what if 3 months later, you do something where they're trying to kill you or think, no, just remember, it's Christmas. Don't get caught up in the Christmas spirit and get you messed over in 2021 because of a gift. Hey, I can buy myself a gift. How about you buy yourself that BMW? Or how about you buy yourself the rings or the watch or whatever? Just buy that stuff yourself. Again, go back to your boundaries. Whatever your boundaries are, like you'll say, remember the saying, God bless the child who have their own. Hey, I like that. Yes, exactly. Remember that. I like that. Yeah. Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can pin that one. Hold on. Yes, exactly what she said. Get your own stuff. Don't depend on people for stuff. Now again, we're talking about with narcissists. If this is people that you love and y'all have a good relationship, let me assure we have a good relationship. Yes, I'll buy a car or buy a house. It's a different kind of love. The other people I was with before, I can't buy you no car. Now don't get me wrong, I ain't buying nothing when I was with them. That's not what I'm saying. I bought stuff, but big purchases like the house, nah. Look like I didn't. I tried to, get on the thing with the house, but guess what? God blocked it. And I was like, man, why I can't get on the house? But let me go back to the thing, like I told y'all. God put a boundary on me because what happened was I was trying to get on the house that we was building, and my credit was bad. Remember what I just told you? My credit was bad back then, but look at my credit now. God didn't want me on that house. And the reason why he didn't want me in that house, for y'all to know my story, I'll tell it right quick. What happened was the woman I was with, my ex-wife that I was with, she, I'll tell real quick, I don't want to go on a tangent, but she, back in 2012, I brought her and the kids on I didn't buy the cruise, but they went on a cruise out of New Orleans, Louisiana. They were supposed to be going to Honduras, to Yucatan, and somewhere, like 3 stops, right? Well, when they got down to Honduras, now remember, this is stuff that I found out a few years later. I'll tell you real quick. When they stopped off in Honduras, they went on a zip line. She met a guy down there, and I guess they exchanged phone numbers or whatever. So when they come back on their 7-day cruise, her and the kids, this guy called the phone. And, he wanted to talk to the boys, talking to the boys, but not minding, I'm thinking this woman trusts me and stuff like that. That's a boundary that I should have set about her with guy friends. Didn't know I needed to set it. I mean, hey, things happen. But anyway, the guy called, fast forward, 2012, later on that year, we got married. 2012, that same year, we got married August, but 2012, that same year, she went down to Honduras because she do wastewater treatment and stuff like that. So she went down there for work. I'm a guy, I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking a woman love me, thinking I'm cool. It's a narcissist. No, she don't love me at all. I thought she did, but no, she don't. So what happened was she went down there. I found pictures a few years later. Now it's later. Remember I said a few years later. So what happened was in 2000, now mind you, we married in 2012 August. 2014, she got married to this guy from Honduras. Yes, I'm telling y'all. I think I said it on Tonya's show on the call in. I don't know if everybody heard that, but yeah, she got married to this guy in Honduras in 2014. Guess what? Solomon don't know anything. I know something wrong with the marriage. Can't really figure out what, but I know something's wrong. I know she hiding something. I can't figure out what. So fast forward, the end of 2016. She went to Honduras. She didn't went to Honduras like multiple times between that 2012 to 2016. But always, she coming back with work paperwork, getting paid from them and stuff. Not thinking nothing of it. But the whole time, mind you, what she was doing, This is a covert narc. What she was doing, she was sending money to this guy. She went trying to get the guy a passport so he can come to America. So what happened was when she was supposed to be going with her brother and her daughter to Jamaica, something wasn't right. God was talking. He had been talking to him, I think, the last year or so before that. And I'm sitting there just confused and just dumb, like not knowing what's going on. So I'm sitting there like, man, something off. God told me, let me to my bedroom. That's my bedroom in the master bedroom. Start looking around. Looking around, I find a computer bag in my bedroom with a folder. I mean, like a big 3-inch binder. Now she was real like strategic and had her stuff all nice with tabs on it. You thought it was a book report. She had the stuff in there. Let me tell you, when I opened that, my whole world came crashing out. But it came crashing out for a good reason. I found a marriage certificate from 2014. Now remember, this is the end of 2016. So I found a marriage certificate. I found pictures of them at the wedding. And mind you, the kids that I watched, which are her kids all the time, the kids that I was watching, every time she went on a trip, I found them at the wedding, the kids. I found a letter written by her daughter, which, mind you, this is the girl that I'm taking care of. I found a picture of the daughter. I mean, not a picture, a letter from the daughter and a letter from her best friend, which I don't like the best friend, and you see why I'm explaining it now. Basically, both these letters said, my mom, yes, she found love. This is the first time she's been in love, and I love the guy, and this, that, and the other, because they had to write letter because you got to get approved through the can't remember the name, the passport authority people here in the United States. So she had letters from her daughter, her best friend. She had all the paperwork in order. Every time she didn't send them money, and they had trips where they had went on, which I didn't know. See, she had went to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? With him, didn't know. But God has a point way. So that's why I'm going back to the house where I'm telling y'all, God blocked me from being on that house that they built because I wasn't supposed to be on that house. that's how God worked that out. My credit wasn't good. I thank God now my credit is good. So he blocked me from being on that. So he took me out of that situation with that woman. And, she tried to, say, hey, when we was going through the divorce, she didn't know I had copies. I'm smart enough to know, okay, I need to make copies of all this stuff. I made copies of everything that I could. The birth certificate, the marriage certificate, the copy of his passport. I mean, everything. But mind you, this week, let's say that happened on a Monday. Nah, this when the devil trying to get me. So that Monday, I'm looking at the stuff. What happened was, let me rewind. The reason why I started looking in that room is because when I called her, I think it's Viber. Viber was the app we was using at the time. So when I called her, it just so happened she was landing. I'm laughing now, but I wasn't laughing then. It just so happened she was landing on the plane. Remember, I told you she's supposed to be in Jamaica. It just so happened the pilot came on when I called her. I don't know why she picked up the phone. She picked up the phone, said hello, and the pilot said, "Welcome to Rotan, Honduras." She hung that phone up so quick, I couldn't even say nothing. So I called back. I say, now I know I'm not crazy. Here come the gaslighting. I didn't know what gaslight was back in the end of 2016, but here come the gaslight. I know I just heard that pilot say, "Welcome to Rotan, Honduras." You know what she told me? No, he said, "Welcome to I forgot what part of Jamaica she's supposed to be going to, but whatever part it was, he said something Jamaica." I said, nah, he said Rotan, Honduras. That's what he said. So anyway, like I said, I ended up booking a trip. Yes, I did. I booked a trip. Went to Honduras that same week. And I went there with evil intentions on my mind. But again, God blocked me from that. Because guess what? If I had went over there and did what I really wanted to do, well, I was going to end up in a Honduran jail. My mom and them not even knowing where I'm at because I ain't really telling nobody. I think I told a cousin. But so I'm sitting there, again. I said all that to say this. Know what you're dealing with. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they can have you doing some crazy stuff like flying to Honduras to go over there and fight somebody that you never met. And then guess what? Come to find out, she been lying to the guy too. He was under the impression that I was just someone that was staying with her. I was just a close friend of the family. Now how you I don't even know how to explain that. How am I a close friend of the family, but I stay with your supposed wife? So I said all to say, when you're dealing with a narcissist, guess what? It's better. Pray, go to God first. Go to God first in prayer. Drop down in prayer and figure out what's going on, and then let go and let God. Because that situation, it could have been way worse. I wouldn't be sitting in here talking to y'all. I can tell you that. I wouldn't be married to Shannon. I can tell you that right now. I would be in a Honduran jail probably for killing somebody or fighting somebody, whatever the case is. So just realize that you got a decision. Life is, I always say, life is all about choices. So you got a choice to make in that split second to say, hey, you know what? I can do this, or I can do that. I can go on a plane to Honduras, or I can stay my butt at home and figure out how to figure out this divorce. Now, I made a choice to go to Honduras, but luckily God was still with me. I didn't see the guy. Nothing really happened. I was there 3 days, and, it just didn't happen. And I came back home, and then that's when I went ahead and, hey, came to my senses. And, it's time to go ahead and file for divorce and get this over with. So, again, when you realize you're dealing with certain people, please set boundaries. Please, I'm asking y'all, please set boundaries. I'm telling y'all to do background checks. Years back, you'd have told me that about background checks with people. I don't like, man, you crazy. What you doing background? Now, heck yes. Do a background check when you meet somebody. I'm talking about when you starting to date them. It's okay to do a background check. You can see, okay, maybe find something, be like, they could be fine. If it's a woman, be fine, down people, whatever you want to call them. But if they not right up here and their heart not right, I don't care how fine she is. If she's a narcissist and something wrong with her, you know what I'm saying? So do the background checks. Talk to people, you know what I'm saying, that might know her. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So the background checks, talking to people, doing things like that, I see nothing wrong with it. Doing any of those things now, but again, that's going through trials and tribulations and me learning that these things are okay to do these things, because you either cannot do it and figure out you're dealing with a narcissist later, or you can do it in the beginning and not deal with the narcissist at all. You see what I'm saying? So that's another boundary you can set for yourself. You know what? When I meet somebody, I'm going to go ahead and pay the little money to go ahead and do the background check from the beginning. It'll save you 3-4 years of heartache. I can pay $30 or $40 the first month of meeting them, and then maybe not see them again, depending on what that background check say. Or I don't do the background check, and now I got 3, 4, 5 years and a kid. Hopefully you don't have a kid with them, and I got to deal with this narcissist the rest of my life because I didn't have a kid with him. So let's pick your poison. Like I said, life is all about choices. So it depends on however you want to do it. You can do it either way. But like I said, my situation could have turned out a whole lot worse than what it did. But I thank God that it didn't. And I thank God that I'm here to able to talk to y'all. And I'm still learning and doing things, because I could have been, I promise you. When I first told Shannon this story, if you ever asked her online, ask her. I told the story, she was like, wait, what? Like, you're not, no, you can't be telling the truth. I had all the paperwork. I showed her everything that I had. She was like, what the? So you can look at my marriage certificate. You can look at their marriage certificate from 2 years later. And Shannon know we didn't get a divorce until, finalized 2017. So you can look at all that and be like, wait, what? And guess what? After all that, she still tried to come back in my life. But guess what? That's where the blocking come in. Blocking you on cell phones and not talking to you. And no, you gotta stand your ground. You gotta know what's true and realize what's true and stand your ground and go ahead and realize, I gotta set these boundaries. I'm dealing with a narcissist. Because once you know, you know. It's like some of these things that I know, I can't go back and say, well, nah. It's once I know, I know. I know I'm dealing with a narcissist. I know that this person is out to kill, steal, and destroy. That's not just in the Bible. That's real. That's what they're here to do. Remember, you see me, you see Solomon. I'm not saying I'm a narcissist, because I'm not. But what I'm saying is, you dealing with a person. You see this person, you love him. You're not dealing with that person. You're dealing with an evil spirit, a demonic spirit. So you have to set these boundaries. You have to talk to these people. Not talk to them. You have to pray for them, and then you got to let go and let God. Set your boundaries and try to move however you can. Like, just move like real swift and get up out of there. Like I said, my situation worked out where, I was able to get a new job. I was able to pay for attorney, get a divorce. God worked all that out. And guess what came in my life? He has prepared me for Shannon. It's true. I'm not just saying that just to sound good and get more views. It's the truth. He is preparing me for Shannon. And then guess what? Me and Shannon hook up, and we realized a lot more stuff we learned about narcissists and stuff with our families. You know what I'm saying? So God put us together so we can be a team, a dynamic team, however you want to call it. Some people say power couple. I'm not saying all that, but he put us together so we can do this together. Because he knew that one of us by ourselves probably wasn't going to be able to handle everything. But both of us together, with everything with the family and everything we just was going through with our previous marriage, it's like, yeah, I can put them together. And then they be able to fight off a lot more things than they are separate. I really believe that. Me and Shannon talk about that all the time. So those boundaries, please. You don't remember nothing else. Please set those boundaries. Please hold yourself accountable to those boundaries. Please hold the people accountable to those boundaries. Whoever you set those boundaries against, don't let those people run over, because they do it one time, they're going to do it twice. And they're going to do it 3 times till you say something. Why let it even get to that? The first time, go ahead and say something and be like, you know what? Nah, no, we not we're not doing that. So you go ahead and tell them, you know, what's going on. But yeah, I know I went off a little bit, but the whole thing was about boundaries. It's about narcissists. And I wanted to tell y'all a little bit of my story for y'all that don't know. Yes, I've been through some stuff years back, so that's why I'm so adamant talking about narcissists. And the reason why the business was developed, Shannon went, you know, narcissist, you know, in the family. And you know me, I'm sitting there thinking like, well, hold on. Narcissists in the family, that's cool. They are in the family. But they have narcissists in the workplace also. So let's hit them from both ways. We're going to hit them from the family, relationship, and we're going to hit them from work because we know them same people that, like I said before in a video, I think I said in the video, those same people that leave out that front door that are narcissists, they go to work as narcissists, and guess what? They return home as narcissists. So nothing changed. They still are narcissists the whole time through that 24 hours, however long they was gone is what I'm getting at. So what I'm saying is, it works both ways. So by her talking about it from that way and being spiritual about it, and me trying to talk about it the best way I can from work, I'm finding more and more people are telling me, hey man, I'm dealing with this at work right now. I had a lady, man, I was talking to all the way in Vietnam. Shannon actually hooked me up with it. She's in the Vietnam dealing with a narcissist supervisor. She said she just going ahead. She can't do it no more. It's been 4 years. So she said she's just going to go ahead and find a new job. You know, because, you know, laws and stuff is different over there than it is in America. So I tried to help her best I could, but, you know, things I was telling her she had already tried. And, you know, she said she just didn't want to fight it anymore. And I understand that. I mean, sometimes you can't. You just, again, let go. I pray about it, let go, and let God. So that's one of them situations where she says she's going to pray about it, and she's just going to move on because it's nothing else. There's nothing else to be done. You know, you're not going to win with a supervisor and the CEO is on the same page. You can't win as a lower line worker. So that's not nothing that you can do. So, like I said, again, I just want to share my story. You know, I went off a little bit with with my marriage or whatever, what happened. But I think it's a story to be told, and people need to know. Guys go through this stuff too. I think a lot of men, they don't talk about this stuff. I see more women talking about it. Men are starting to talk about it, but I know more women talk about it. But I'm happy to see more men talk about it too. And like Narcissist Info, he always talking about. I watched this video today. Man, like these narcissists with this gaslighting. Man, let me tell you. Yeah, check this video out. He dropped one today. Hey, it was a good one. I'm telling you, these narcissists with the gaslighting and the trauma bond and the smear campaign. Man, I'm telling you, somebody need to just write a book just about every. It's like it could be a 7-chapter book. You just break it down. Smear campaign. You got the love bomb. You got the doggone flying monkeys. You can just do the whole doggone book, and that'd be like a manual to defeat narcissists, or at least learn about them. You can't defeat them. At least you have like a manual saying, "Hey, man, this is exactly what I'm going through now." But I'm happy to see more people talking about it, more people supporting it, more people, like learning from it. Because we all, like Adrena said earlier, she learned about it, just a couple years. I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how old you are. Sometimes you just don't know. Everybody don't know everything. So it's hard to know something about something that you just never been through. And even if you've been through it, you just think, like I used to say, oh man, the person just crazy. It ain't the person just crazy. They're more than just crazy. They are narcissists, whether they covert or overt, or it's a whole thing we can talk about with dealing with narcissists. And it's sad that society only said, and I know Shannon has said this before, I'm pretty sure a few other people have said, society said that only 1% of the population is narcissists. Now, if that ain't a lie, I don't know what it is. 1% of the population? Come on, man. 1% of the population. Everybody on that channel, I'm pretty sure, done dealt with narcissists. I know I done dealt with, Shannon done dealt with them. So that 1% is blown out the water already. How is it 1%? 1%? That's where do you get that number from? And do you know what something else that's funny? Psychologists won't tell people that they're narcissists. They won't diagnose, I'm doing my air quotes, they won't diagnose a narcissist. But they'll say they psychopath. Man, hold on, man. Hold up. So you can say they have all these traits about a narcissist, but you won't diagnose them. So what boundaries are y'all setting? Y'all boundaries all screwed up. Talk about psychology. They boundaries screwed up because I don't understand how they even doing. Exactly. I said that's why I'm out here diagnosing and assessing accordingly. Hey, exactly. Because I mean, look at it. I mean, these people out here talking about Well, no, you can't diagnose them as a narcissist. The devil is a lie. I bet I'm doing the same thing as you're doing. I bet you I say you're a doggone narcissist. You got the signs and something don't line up with my spirit not right with yours. Oh yeah, okay? I call you a narcissist. You can say you can't say that all you want. That's my assessment. I'm going to stay away from you. Guess what my boundary is? Me and you not talking anymore. Who cares? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta keep moving. At the end of the day, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep knowing that God has something better for you. And that's what I try to tell people too. Dealing with that narcissist, it's not the end. Trust me, it's not the end. You can look at my situation. You look at a whole bunch of look at Tanya's situation. You know, just say no to North. Look at Adrena's. Look at different people's situations. We've been through some stuff, but God brought us through those situations. So it's not like, oh, you went with that narcissist and everything is done. No, it was a trial or a tribulation, depending on how you want to do it. So either way, it was something for us to learn. And guess what? God is using that right there we went through to be able to teach others and talk to others and share with others. That's what it's all about. I've never been one of the people that like learn something and then just keep it all to myself. Why? That's not the way God wants us to do. You got to share this information with others. So dealing with narcissists in the workplace, or narcissists in a relationship, or just narcissists, period. Whether it's online, you know, they like to be trolls, you know, they like to be online and, you know, on your posts like on LinkedIn and stuff. I don't care. Like I told you, you got the right one. I have nothing better to do sometimes but go back and forth with you. I know they say don't give them energy, but sometimes I just don't care. Like I say, God's still working with me. So, hey, I will go back and forth with you sometime, and you're not going to win usually because, again, I set a boundary up on my posts like, hey, and Natisha know a lot of the posts that I set, you know, I say most of them inspirational. But a lot of them, yeah, I'm going to call out narcissists also. You got these little guys come on there and they want to say stuff. They get in my DMs, want to say stuff. Kind of stuff that is the man in my DMs and want to tell me something about a narcissist. He said, you should be, how he said that? He said, you should be telling people about God and teaching them to love narcissists. I had to show Shannon. I was like, wait, you want me to, why don't you do that on your page? I don't do that. I don't tell people to love narcissists over here on this page, not on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and none of my pages. Do that on your page. You go to your page, and I told him, I gave him the website. I said, you can create a website saying lovenarcissist.com. I didn't get you a website. How about you create that website, and let's see how many people go on there and follow you and support you. How about you do that? And guess what? He never responded. I told him, I said, how about you come respond on my post? To this day, he hasn't. Been about 3 weeks ago. He still ain't responding on that post. I said, man, come on, man. Don't tell me how to act on my page. I don't go to your page. You got a narcissist page and tell you, hey, you should stop loving narcissists. No, I don't do that. That's not me. I scroll through pages all the time. They talking about something that I don't agree with. I don't comment on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't comment on it. I mean, what are we doing? And I told him, I said, man, if you're mad enough, come out to the post. And you know why he didn't? Because that day, another guy had said something on the post, and he got drugged by a bunch of other people. I mean, I said something to him, but a bunch of people came out and said something. He was talking about, you know, how he said that? Well, Solomon, your post, you know, what if you would have changed? Basically, he's saying, what if I turn a frown upside down? Boy, bye. I'm saying, I know women said, boy, bye. Look here, this is my post. I told him, I said, I'm going to say what I want to on my post. If you don't like it, keep moving. I ain't tell you to come on this post. So what happened was, he do what narcissists do. I don't know if he's a narcissist, but he do what people do. He waited a few hours, like the heat set up, and he came in. He was like, man, Solomon, I've been busy all day. I see you online all day, every day. So all of a sudden you busy because you got tore up on this post. So he said, you know what? He said, you know, I was a little busy. So I just come back. He started apologizing. Wrote me a full paragraph apology. And then he turned around. I guess he figured it was too much. So he deleted 2 paragraphs. I was like, me and Shannon sitting back laughing. I sit there and laugh at the narcissist. I'm like, okay. Or the people that do shit and stuff like that. I don't know if he'll apply. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not calling the guy out, but I'm like, really, this is what we're doing? So again, set your boundaries. Stick up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Know what you're dealing with. So if these people are coming at you from different ways, hey, tag God in. Hey, God, you know what? I can't deal with this. Tag, you it. You know what I'm saying? However you want to say it, let God deal with it. Because I didn't even have to say that until this guy, really. Before I knew it, he was like, he got hit. And I'm like, bro, it didn't even have to be that way. Why don't you just say, or why don't you don't say anything? But it's like something me and Sharon talking about. It's like something in them. They have to say something to you. They have to say something to you. Let me see. Gail said, beloved, believe not every spirit, and try the spirits where they are of God. Hey, let me pin that one. Yes. Yes, exactly. So, I mean, some people out there that, guess what? It could be like Christmas Day. Luckily, I took off a couple weeks off of social media for the most part, so I'm really not on there. I'm just doing like the YouTube thing. But some people just out to ruin your day. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about Christmas. I had somebody ruin a birthday for me. Guess what? They don't care. When you look at it, they don't care about you. So knowing that these people are out there, remember they're out there to kill, steal, and destroy. This part was destroying. It was destroying my birthday. They don't care. So it's the same thing with your profile. So if you're doing YouTube videos and that's what you're doing, stick to that, because other people, God is going to send other people in your life. Trust me. He didn't. I'll tell you another thing. I got on LinkedIn back in 2014. Didn't know what LinkedIn was. I wasn't really messing with LinkedIn like that. It wasn't until this year. I think I went from, I think I had like 3,200 people, or maybe 2,800, to over 9,000 followers. How did that happen? Now, I didn't grow at all in almost 6 years, and you telling me I grew in 6 months? I didn't got up to 9,000? Think about that. But guess what? The first post I did on LinkedIn this year, I was laying in bed. It's another story I tell you. I was laying in bed. God told me, go ahead and post this about me. And the post was simple. What does God mean to you? That's what I posted. That post got over 13,000, 14,000 views. And from that post, I kept posting about God. And I started talking about narcissists, talking about God. Hey, Carmen, how you doing, Carmen? Carmen in here. So I started talking about God and stuff like that. And then it's just funny how God takes things, and he took that. Remember, the business wasn't even here yet. It wasn't. I wasn't thinking about this faith-based workplace business yet. But he took that. Once I set up these boundaries and gave more of my stuff to God, a lot of people just fell to the wayside. They really did. So I was able to grow on that platform. And then, the YouTube and everything came. So, I mean, God, basically what I'm saying is God will have to shake the foundation that you think you own. You got to shake the foundation or shake the tree, however you want, and get rid of the bad apples, however you want to say it. But you got to get rid of some people in your life. And those people, it could be a friend. It could be a coworker. It could be, a mom, a dad, a husband, a wife. Trust me. It could be, trust me, I'm learning a lot this year. God didn't got rid of a lot of people that was in my life rocking with me last year. They ain't rocking with me this year. They're not rocking with me this year. And I'm cool with that, because I know God is doing something. You know what I'm saying? So the things that he's doing, they're not meant to go where I'm going. That's all. So I don't know what this business is going to come up and do, how big it's going to get, if it's ever going to get big. But what if it do? Guess who's going to be holding their hands out trying to say, hey, cuz, you keep moving. Y'all can keep it moving. I ain't got nothing to tell y'all. I'm good. But I'm glad that happened this year. So COVID was sad. Trust me, it was sad. People, lost their lives and all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm saying is, COVID did some life-changing things for me, because being on this lockdown, I learned who my true friends were. Because once I set up boundaries, me and Shannon set boundaries that, we was telling people who wasn't celebrating Christmas and things like that. Well, guess what? A lot of people kind of like shied away from that. They didn't want to, they didn't want to deal with us or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I mean, just because I don't celebrate Christmas, I'm still Solomon. I just don't celebrate Christmas because of personal beliefs and things I didn't learn. Just like I'm learning about narcissists, I was learning things about that. But again, yes, exactly, the year of exposure. Yes, tremendous exposure, because, like I said, these people, they in your life, and we call them energy vampires. So they sucking things out, whatever it is. It could be information. Like you telling them something every time they call you. Instead of going Google it, Google will tell you all kind of stuff, but they won't Google it. They want to call you. Or they're taking money from you. They taking your time, like Shannon always say, time wasters. They can be time wasters. So they're taking that. Set boundaries up. Don't let people waste your time. Don't let people just take your energy. Don't let people steal your joy. Set boundaries on all that stuff. Everything you look at should be a boundary. If you stay in the house with some other people and you buy some apple juice, guess what? You don't want them to drink it. Write your name on it. That's a boundary. That's mine. I know that sounds small, but in the aspect, it fits what I'm saying. It's still a boundary. That's my apple. I bought that apple juice. That's mine. I'm not saying with a family. I'm saying you in there with like some roommates is what I'm saying. So you write that stuff down and say, hey man, this is my apple juice. I bought this. Nobody drink that. I ain't drinking after nobody anyway, especially with COVID and stuff. I just don't drink after people anyway. Unless you're my wife, I can drink it after you anyway. So I put a glass down, you pick it up and drink it. Well, you can have that glass. So again, it's all about boundaries. It's all about realizing who the narcissist, who not the narcissist. Because narcissists be covert, some of them overt, some of them crazy, some of them not. All of them throw it off. So that's at the end of the day, they all throw it off. So how about that? And guess what? The psychologists won't diagnose none of that either. They won't. But guess what I'm about to do? Because I'm tired of Me and Shannon been talking about this, and I'll tell y'all, Shannon only want to know. I'm tired of people saying, well, psychiatrists won't diagnose that. Psychologists won't do this, they won't do that, or psychotherapy or whatever. They won't do none of this. So guess what I'm about to do? I'm going to go to school for it. So guess what I can do? So instead of you telling me, well, how can you say that you're not a doctor? Booyah. Just give me about 3 or 4 years. I'm better say, well, yes, I am. And yes, I did diagnose that. Yes, you, matter of fact, we can have a conversation too. You're a narcissist, whoever says that. So that's something that I want to put on myself. And hopefully, if God works it out and he said that's what I need to do, I'm going to try to do that. Like I said, I'm going to go to school for it. And we'll see how that works out. So hopefully in 3 or 4 years, I don't know if I'll be a doctor or I think they call it a LCP, a licensed professional counselor, LPC, my bad. A licensed professional counselor. It's right up under a psychologist, but I can still diagnose and do stuff. I just can't give drugs. That's cool. So if I go that route and do that, so like I said, in a few years, maybe I can sit there and say, yes, you are a narcissist. I can learn the scientific side, but then we all know the spiritual side. I'm going to mesh them together and still go with more spiritual than scientific and say, hey, nah, that's what I see. I see this guy or this woman is a narcissist. That's what I honestly believe. That's my opinion. So then you can't say, well, oh, you're not a doctor. Oh, yep, I got my degree from whatever college I decided to go to. So the reason why I said that, I'm trying to fight fire with fire. So, I'm tired of that. I see it online all the time. When I say something, well, are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? You know what I'm saying? How can you tell me they're not a narcissist? And I can't say that they are a narcissist. You're not a doctor either. So think about that. You're not a doctor. You can't tell me what not to say. So again, we have these people out there. You have to set these boundaries. You have to realize what you're dealing with. Not all narcissists gonna be nice. I can tell you that right now. Not all of them gonna be nice. They really not gonna be nice. Some of them gonna be kind of evil people. Some of them gonna do some sneaky stuff. Like my ex, she did a lot of sneaky stuff. Like I just told y'all the story, do a lot of sneaky stuff. So you gotta remember, hey, don't tell me how does saying go? Worry about your own grass. Don't worry about my grass over here in my yard. Water your grass. Don't worry about my grass. So the same thing with this. We talking about narcissists. Everybody that want to talk about the narcissist, that's cool. Everybody that don't, y'all go over there, have your own group meeting. Y'all can start your own live. Y'all can talk about loving narcs and this, that, and other. That's my boundary I'm setting. Now I know, certain people want to come on and troll. That's fine. I have no problem. You come on there and troll. Do what you gotta do. You can not like the video, whatever. That's not what I'm about. But the people that's supposed to hear the message, they're gonna hear it. And that's what it's all about. So God put me in this position to make sure that those people hear that message. So I'm not worried about, about the people that's trolling. Do you? That's what I'm saying. Do you? So if you've been assigned to troll, not by God, you've been assigned to troll by the devil, go ahead and troll. Let me know how far they get you. Go ahead and troll and be a time waster, wasting your time trolling on other people's pages with nothing better to do, and let me know how to work for you. But I'm setting a boundary that, hey, my boundary is I don't care if you troll. I really don't. You want to come on here and troll? Maybe you might come on here trolling and might hear something and maybe might spark something in you. And maybe God trying to talk through me to you. So maybe you might hear something and be like, oh, boy, he said something tonight. Or maybe it's not me. Maybe it's one of the messages you see in the chat. You might see something like that and be like, oh, maybe I see something. So, like I said, trolls, that don't bother me. I'm not worried. I've been building up for that. So, like I said, it's my first live, but I'm building up for things like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on here, like I said, share my story with y'all and talk about boundaries and narcissism and let y'all know that you have to set boundaries with whatever you're doing. Just remember that. Whatever you're doing, you have to set boundaries. It could be small boundaries. It could be big boundaries, but they have to be defined boundaries. The boundaries have to be defined. It can't be no open end. They have to be defined, and you have to tell the people. See, what some people do, they do make a mistake. They set a boundary with themselves for somebody else, but they don't tell a person. Now, see, that's not right. You got to at least tell the people, hey, don't come over my house past 7 p.m. Now, if you don't tell them they show up at 8 o'clock, well, you didn't tell them. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, come on, set the boundary, tell them about it. That way, you get them opportunity to think about it. So when they cross that boundary, oh, well, I didn't already told them. So we have nothing to talk about because I told you the boundary. Because the reason why I said that about the boundary, I didn't done it before. I set a boundary in my head, but didn't tell a person about the boundary, and then they crossed it. Well, how can I get mad at the person? I never told them. But once I told them, now if you cross it, now we got a problem. Because I didn't told you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't told you about the boundary, so now we got a problem. So that's all I'm telling y'all. When you set the boundary, hold yourself accountable. Don't let them cross it. But then you also got to tell them about it. then you hold them accountable. And then after that, that's when you wash your hands. Like old people say, you wash your hands and you let go and you let God. Meaning you got to move away, because everybody is not here to listen to what you got to say. Everybody don't want to hear what I have to say, or hear what Shannon got to say, or hear what Adrena have to say, hear about Narcissist Info have to say, or what Tonya has to say, or what Joe has to say. Everybody don't want to hear that, but that's fine. That's not for them to hear. But the people that's supposed to hear, they're going to hear, and that's what it's about. So at the end of the day, God is going to place people in your life, like He's doing with me lately. Like the people I met on LinkedIn, like Coach Natisha and Carmen and people like that. The people I have met on LinkedIn, I'm leaving a lot of names out, but like I said, I lost a lot of family members this year. Not from death. No, it's not from death. It's because they're not supposed to go where I'm going. So I lost a lot of family, but my spiritual family, like me and Shannon always say, oh, it's just getting bigger. And I'm meeting people like left and right. I'm like, man, this is awesome. So I got people I can call my sister now, or my brother, and I'm like, wow. And before, I have a brother, stepbrother. I have 2 stepbrothers. I don't talk to them all the time, but I have brothers. But I talk to people here on like YouTube and Facebook more than, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of y'all dealing with that, but it's, to me, it like they said earlier, 2020 has exposed a lot of things. So the boundaries I got in place about holidays, they got rid of some people, which is weird. I don't celebrate holidays. People walked off. Okay, cool. And then other boundaries we set, guess what? People walked off. Okay, that's cool. I'm like, dang. God, him too? They leaving too? All of them leaving? And then he started just pouring people in. And then the more messages I get about, you know what, Solomon, this message was for me tonight, it might just be one person say that. Okay, well, that video was for them. I did my job. So, or that message on LinkedIn, that was for them. Or the message on Facebook, whatever it was. And that one person said, hey, I'm doing good. I ain't trying to get 4,000 people to like it. I mean, at some point, it might get to that. But hey, right now, hey, I'm just starting off small, telling my message, because it's my story. That's what I try to tell people online. You can't tell my story better than me. So don't tell me about narcissists when I'm the one that's been through the situation. I don't know what your situation is. How about you tell your story about your boring life, and let's see what happens with that. Okay, I know I'm talking about boring people, but I'm just saying, I know what I'm saying. So don't let somebody tell your story better than you can, because that's not how it works. So if you done dealt with narcissists, you done dealt with any form of abuse, you done dealt with, childhood trauma, whatever you done dealt with, you tell your story and don't worry about the other people. You know what I'm saying? Because these other people, these flying monkeys and these people like that, these narcissists, something else I want to throw at y'all real quick. Narcissists always take up for narcissists. Me and Shannon was talking about that. Narcissistic. So you know how you do some of them posts, and then I'm talking about narcissists, and then somebody come on there, they'll say, I'm saying that because it's funny. It happens on LinkedIn all the time for some reason. Come in there and say, takes one to know one. So are you calling me a narcissist? I mean, what are you saying? Are you talking about you? I mean, what are you talking about? So yeah, what you said, let me see, Adrian, because my channel sure ain't supposed to be about narc demons. Exactly. I love it, the chat. I'm trying to catch it as quick as I can. It's kind of harder than what I thought, but I'm reading some of it. But yeah, exactly, Dream. Yeah. So your story is for a certain group of people. And at the end of the day, you gotta just realize that whatever your story is, everybody hasn't told their story. I'm just now starting to tell my story. Like I said, I did it on Tonya. Just say know the Narcs. I called in and told a part of it. I didn't told it tonight, but I'm going to tell this story a few more times. I think it's just more people that need to hear that story. You don't see too many guys telling a story about their wife got married on them, why they got married to somebody else, why they married. Hear no story like that. It sounds like a lifetime movie, to be honest with you. And if I want to write a book about it, which matter of fact, I'll go ahead and drop this nugget. I actually started writing a book about it. It's called The Other Husband. Now, how long is it going to take me to write that? I don't know. But I'm almost done with my first chapter. Shannon read it. She said it sounds pretty good. So, yes, I do have a book coming out. So, we'll see how long it takes to write that. But it's called The Other Husband. Now you see why I'm calling it The Other Husband. It's because she had another husband. So, now I changed the names, obviously. So, I'm not keeping the names the same. Because, you know how that goes. You don't want to keep the same name, so I get lawsuits. So, I changed all the names. Even my name not in there. But, yes, that's what the story. So, when you see that book actually comes out, you can see, you can be like, oh, wow. Okay. Look at the full blown story instead of the watered down version I just told you on here. So yeah, Adrena got a good channel. Yes, Coach Natisha, she got a good channel. And like I said, Narcissist Info has a great channel too. You subscribe to his channel also. He has a great channel. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, I just want to get on here. I said I was already hyped. The Saints won the football game, blew out Minnesota Vikings, and I knew I was doing this live, so I said, someone said, like, man, maybe I should cancel. I said, it's closed. I said, nah, let me go ahead and get on. When I logged on, I seen Drina and Coach and Tisha was already on there, so I was like, cool. I say, so let's go ahead and roll with it. So I think what I'm going to start doing from here on out, I think that's what I was telling Shannon I'm going to see. I think on Fridays, I'm going to start doing my lives Friday at, I guess at like 7, and I'll keep doing my, my recorded video on my Premiere. I'll keep it on Wednesdays. So hopefully, every Friday, we can come on here, and do a live, and see if, have different topics. I'm like, that's my first one, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, hopefully every Friday I can come and do the lives. We can keep talking about different subjects. Like I say, tonight was boundaries. Next week, might be something else. Maybe Coach and Tisha, Dream might give me something to talk about, or Shannon, or God, whoever. I might get something else to talk about, because these stories and these issues need to be told, and people need to learn about them. And the more we tell people, and y'all know we've been in the same shoes, you just didn't know. Some people just don't know. They just think this person is crazy, and we know that that's not the case. It's not that they just are crazy. I see you, Coach Tish. So a lot of them people, they just don't know. So we have to stand. I said we have to stand in the gap for those people and make sure that the message get out to the people that it needs to get to. And me just talking to one person, the message not gonna get out. But if I can do it live and do my videos, more people can see it. So the more people that see it, and they can realize, okay, the last few I've been calling this person crazy, and some of the things that I'm saying, or some of the things other people are saying, like Adrena says on some of her stuff on her channel, you start thinking like, wait, hold up. I thought a narcissist was just somebody that looked in the mirror and was conceited. Like, what they talking about? I'm gonna read some of these books and stuff they talking about, and stuff like that. So yes, we have to stand in the gap and continue to tell our message. I'm gonna keep telling my message. I'm just getting started. Cliche as it may sound, I'm just getting started with this. I'm loving it, and the more I tell, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure y'all feel the same way. The more I talk about it, it's like a monkey getting off my back. I just feel like a little bit lighter. So me telling this story tonight about the marriage, the divorce that I went through, I felt a little bit better. I really do. I'm like, I just told, and wait till I go tell Shan. She's like, well, you did what? She was like, you told? I'm like, yes, because I think that more people need to know about this, and especially people like me. They not gonna I can tell you that black men, they ain't gonna tell no story like that. Not to their friends. I might tell like a cousin. They're not gonna tell everybody. So yeah, I see your Narcissist info. Yeah, so that book, when I finish that book, hey, I'll let y'all know, and hopefully it sells or whatever. Like, again, I'm not trying to sell it 4,000 copies, whatever it is. Whoever's supposed to get that book is going to get it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get it. I'm just going to pray about it, and they'll get that book. So whenever the release date end up being or whatever, that book will go where it's supposed to. It'll get in the right hands where it needs to be. Somebody's going to be going through a similar situation, or maybe something worse, or something, or prevent somebody from going in a situation. Because at the end of the day, you can't die without telling your. You can die without telling your story, but that'd be a shame. So to me, you have to be able to tell your story so other people can learn from it. So that's what it's all about. That's what the live's about. That's what the video, the post, everything I'm doing is like I want to share, and that way other people can learn. Then I can learn from other people. Like I learned something today from Narcissist Info. Watching this, that's what it's all about. To me, if you're not learning, you're not living. So I'm not the smartest person in the world. Might not be the smartest person in my own house, but I know how to read and learn stuff and learn from other people and honor, their opinion and listen to their opinion of things, because that's just how God made it. Everybody don't do that, but that's me in a nutshell. I'm going to try to learn as much as I can from y'all. I'm going to try to share as much as I can with y'all also, so we can learn from each other. And I think that's what it's about. So again, I've been on like an hour and 20-something minutes. Like I said, I love the the people that came in. I think we had got up to like 9 or 10 or whatever. I don't know who all was in, but that was I thought it was a pretty good first live, first one. So, and like I said, I'm gonna try to do this every Friday. So I'll figure out some things on how this working first time. I think like it worked pretty good. So I appreciate all y'all coming through. So y'all got any questions or anything, y'all can pop them out in the chat if y'all need to talk about anything, because not only me in here, but Adrena, everybody can answer, questions. If y'all just watching and just, whatever. But, yeah, I had fun. And like I said, I feel better actually sharing my story with y'all. And now and see, I guess the reason why I did the thing about the book, now I gotta set a boundary for myself. I gotta keep my promise to write the book. I can't just tell y'all something and don't do it. I'm not one of the people. So now I got other people that know, like, oh, he writing a book. So now y'all probably be asking, okay, where you at with the book, bro? So I probably just screwed myself a little bit, but it's a good thing, you know. So telling y'all about it, it's a good thing. I see you, Drew, at 80 plus minutes. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. Yes, who that? Yes, they did win tonight, and you know we got a division and everything. You know, yeah, we're doing good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. And like I said, I thank God for all y'all that has came and dropped a word or said hi. Like when me and Shannon come in the chat on Tonya thing and stuff like that, or come watch our live or watch our videos or comment on it or like or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it all. I really do, because it's just showing me, it's a way of showing appreciation. And then like we always say, you never know who actually watching these things. But when you get them likes or you get them comments, you're like, oh, okay. That's why I try to comment on as much as I can, because that way you know, okay, well, Solomon, at least he watched, he said something about it. Sometimes I might be busy, I might just say great video, but at least you know what I'm saying, you know that I watched it. So that's why I try to comment and do things like that. But you know, like I said, I appreciate, you know, y'all coming out and just spending this evening with me. Hey, it was fun, and we're gonna be doing this again. Hopefully every Friday. Be our little Friday special at 7:00. We'll start doing it every Friday. So Narcy Info, Coach Natisha, Adrena, Carmen came through, and then I think it was Gina, and I thought we had somebody else I had seen pop them in the chat. But everybody that came through, I appreciate it. And then hey, I'll see y'all next Friday. And well, you know, I'll probably drop a video Wednesday. You know, I drop, you know, my regular video. I got one recorded, ready to go already. So I'll record, you know, have that recording Wednesday. But then next Friday, you know, we'll try to do another live, God spare life. So I'll see y'all next time. God bless y'all. And God keep y'all. Have a great weekend. And if y'all football team playing, well, mine won tonight. So if y'all football team playing, I hope y'all win. Depending on who y'all is. Unless y'all Dallas Cowboys or something. I don't know. But hey, I ain't gonna start that on here. But hey, so, hey, good night, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless.